What up, though? I am J-NUTTY DA DON, and this is Real Talking Raw, episode number 3. Right now, it is 12:53 a.m. You know what I'm saying? We just in the studio chilling, vibing. But you know, we about to get into it. Tonight, we're gonna be talking about what happened to Gangway.
I ain't had nowhere to sleep, went to the gangway. Boy, you know I'm on a mission in the gangway. Leave a nigga dead, laying in the strange way. Gangway, gangway. Boy, you know he in the gangway. Gangway, you know he in the gangway. Gangway.
Shit, I'ma just keep it 100. In my opinion, I felt like everything that was associated with the Gangway name, that shit started to slow down because of, you know what I'm saying, everybody kind of like was not really staying consistent. Like after that first mixtape, after that Gangway Volume 1, everything started to really slow down because of the lack of consistency. And then, you know, the momentum that everybody had with as a group, that shit started to fade. And then on top of that, there was a lot of confusion, a lot of things that was going on. Nobody was really moving as one. Everything didn't go as planned. But it did serve its purpose. It did allow us to put out some great music.
Pussy, so I keep it still. In the factory, long sleeve, fuck some spinning wheels. In the old serving pills, bitches. Hey, that's on my mama from my brother doing dirty. Hey, I'm a Chi-Town nigga, you ain't heard, man. Hey, out with my young wild nigga, he got out today. Hey, these niggas got me fucked up. That 40 on my hip will lift the nigga soul all the way up.
At the time, you know, that was back in 2016 up until 2019. That's when the name pretty much started to die down for real, in my opinion. I don't know how everybody else felt, but you know, I always looked at things in like a business matter, while everybody else kind of looked at it as like a hobby. In my opinion, it had its purpose for me because, like I said, I was able to put out some good music, collab with other rappers that had it just like me. The name really started to die down after not really staying consistent. We had beef inside the crew. We had bitches stepping in the middle of shit. So all of that shit mixed in one, that shit was no good. But we still kept trying to push through, trying to stay one, trying to stay solid. But it was a lot of other bullshit going on, a lot of disloyalty and shit, you know, even though we family. But, you know, it was just a lot of division shit going on, in my opinion, and how I seen shit. What happened to Gangway, it goes a little deeper than that too. You had females getting in the middle of shit. You know, niggas got girlfriends popping off at the mouth, shit was going on. And then, you know, of course, you know, niggas gon' stand up for their girl. Me and Cuz almost had a little squabble. It ain't really go past, you know, just having words. But it ain't really go no further than that. It did build a wedge in between niggas though. Even though we had people trying to play peacemaker and shit like that, we was able to squash that shit. But to me, in my opinion, I still feel like nothing really went back to being the same as how it used to be before all that type of shit even happened. We gotta understand the type of people that was around. They was a certain way, and of course they was going to be a certain way against me. If you can read between the lines, those who get it, get it. It is what it is, and that's just always how shit always been. They gonna still feel they type of way about you too, and they still gonna move accordingly. And you gonna feel the energy. You gonna see the little bullshit that's going on. All that type of shit. I ain't want to be around that type of energy. After all of that, I always still felt like shit would never be the same for real. I started to back away and just start like just staying to myself. I felt like years ago, you know what I'm saying, we could have still, you know, put some shit together. I just choose to not be around that type of energy. It was just not right for me. Even though they could have still went on and did what they wanted to do, if that's what they wanted to do. I just didn't have to be a part of it. Of course, it'd only be right if you got me, Dexter Pooh, Gino, and you got Eastside Jody. But really, it was only just like 3 of us for real. Jody was just like a feature on the song if he was there. But I don't even really know if he really considered himself Gangway for real. I did, but I kind of look at it as you gotta have the rappers who's actually the group, the name or whatever. But you know, back then and still then, you still gonna have your little crew and everybody gonna still rep their name, whatever it is. That's pretty much how it was with Gangway for real. Had like a little entourage type shit, you know. But everybody was rapping though. Even though on the mixtape, it was only 3 niggas on it. I feel like it could have been more music. I don't really know if there's ever gonna be any more Gangway music. I would be down to do some more Gangway music. I also feel like it's a big, huge disconnection. And it's always been a disconnection. It's like niggas just try to force it because everybody can benefit at the time. And that's how I feel like how shit was back then. I had the studio connection. Everybody around me was rapping. So I'm like, okay, shit, come to the studio. I'm beneficial to them. I'm not really looking at them as a beneficial because I'm genuine with my shit. I'm really fucking with y'all. It don't always be that way for everybody else when it come to you. But I ain't tripping about it though. But you know, it would definitely have to be a motherfucking conversation. And you would think in between all of that time, I got my own studio for the first time, I want to say back in 2017. By me having my own studio and shit now, we would have been putting more shit together. We put one mixtape together. I feel like we should have a lot more for a Gangway catalog instead of me having all these features and all that shit. Featuring Chi-Town Gino. It's like, bro, we should have had a huge catalog, but nobody was consistent. I can't make a motherfucker wanna rap. It was a time where me and Pooh, we ended up putting a tape together called Blood Brothers. And I did all the engineering, all of the everything. And yeah, we locked in for a little minute. We did that tape only because at the time the Gangway shit wasn't working out. You know, so everybody was kind of divided at that time. I'm still in my bag. I'm still, you know, rapping and shit. And yeah, me and bro, we were just always around each other and shit. And we would record some shit.
Just got them top from the stripper bitch. She from Tennessee. I got a chopper, 100-round clip for that monkey shit. I let it blow, get your ass smoked. Gangway shit for show. Born and raised on that murder block. Never been a hoe. My gutter bitch, she don't fuck with niggas. She'll drop a nigga. All I fuck with it.
And then we eventually was like, shit, let's just put a tape together and see how that shit do. And we went all the way with it. You know, we did the photo shoots. We did the promotion and shit. We ended up going to Atlanta and shit. That's the different story. But yeah, it did pretty good. And shout out to DJ K's on the photo shoot and all of that shit. That's what really stood out the most when we officially announced that we was about to put a tape together and shit. And that really brought a lot of attention to the project and shit. Y'all gonna have to go check that out. And I'm gonna drop the link down below of the video. So yeah, make sure y'all go listen to that shit. But even though it's some years ago, you won't be disappointed. I promise you that. Me and bro, we ended up putting a little tape together and shit just to stay busy. That was, I wanna say, that was 2018 going into 2019. And then we ended up really putting the mixtape out in 2019. I want to say like that summer in June, and that shit did pretty good. And the Gangway shit did good too because at that time we was also selling physical copies of the tape, and we performed a couple of songs. That shit did good.
Hey, I was raised by the block. When I jumped off the porch, nigga, I was on blocks, nigga. Yeah, my nigga Jack just called another case. All my young wild niggas, he got out today. These niggas got me fucked up. That's something wrong. Niggas so all the way up. Pull up in that black truck, nigga masked up. I'm around drunk. All you pussy niggas better duck. I'm that cool, fuck law, way cool, fake law.
So back to that shit, I feel like we should have kept going because we had the momentum, we had the fan base, we had everything, but it was just niggas could not stay consistent. I feel like if we was to all get back together right now, I don't really know how that shit would go, because now it's like I'm in like a different bag right now, because it's like it's time for me to, you know, get into a different lane and start doing different shit. I want people to see me doing other shit other than rapping and doing videos, rapping and all that kind of shit. That's cool and all, but it's time to do different shit now. Yeah, so that's what happened in Gangway, man. Nobody stayed consistent, and the momentum died, the name just died, and shit, I don't know if it's ever gonna come back alive. That shit being real, man. I mean, I would love to, you know, get back into that bag and get back to where shit used to be, but you know, niggas gotta be on the same page. Niggas gotta want to do this shit, which I don't think niggas want to do this shit no more. I mean, it's been so many years. I mean, I get it. Everybody don't look at shit the same, so I ain't really tripping though, but it is what it is. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the motherfucking YouTube channel, Real Talk and Raw. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, Real Talk and Raw. Make sure you follow the Instagram page, Real Talk and Raw. You know, I'm still trying to get my followers up on there. And also, the TikTok page. I never mentioned the TikTok page. Make sure y'all follow the Real Talk and Raw TikTok page. Every clips and every, you know, the little motivational clips I be doing there, everything. I got all of that on there, and I got all of that on, I want to say, Instagram. Yeah, Instagram and Facebook. Make sure you follow the Facebook page, like the Facebook page. You already know what it is. It's Real Talk and Raw. Real Talk and Raw on everything. So you can't miss it, because everything is one word, Real Talk and Raw. So yeah, make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all follow, and I would really appreciate y'all for that. And also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at J-NUTTYDADON. And I will really appreciate y'all for that. And we out. It's Real Talk and Raw. Let's get it.